Joining us now, Bank of America Securities Senior Pharma Analyst Geoff Meacham. Geoff, it's great to have you. And what do you want to hear from Moderna in these results?
Hi, Kelly. Great to have you as well. Thanks for having me on. So I would say tomorrow, when you look at the numbers, they've already guided fourth quarter. So there's not going to be a lot of surprise. They've also given guidance for Spikevax for 2022. But you're right. The story really is about what's the encore to COVID-19. And, flu and RSV are interesting, and they're definitely moving, from phase 2 to phase 3 and then potentially approval in the next couple of years. But that's pretty much it, though. So they really, I think, the focus will be what do you do with the cash? The focus will also be, what about, the other non-infectious disease sort of elements of the vaccine portfolio?
Sure. Let's say they did have success with flu, RSV, or some kind of combo with all three. Where do you think the stock would go?
I think it definitely, there's a lot of upside to it. But I would say, though, there's a lot of value that's already assumed for Spikevax in the form of a combination, either with flu or RSV or both. When you look in the next, say, 3 to 5 years, consensus is already assuming about $7 billion in sales. We're about, 4 and change. And so some of that, I think, is priced in. But I do think, though, that you'd have a lot more confidence in the encore if we had later stage data on flu or RSV, CMV, et cetera.
Yeah, and you've been cautious on the stock for a while. That said, it's still below your price target, which I think at last check was around 180, and we're down at 136. Do you think these levels are justified?
I do. I mean, you're right. We were pretty bearish on the stock, as it came close to 500 and the way down, because we just thought, that for sure you couldn't justify some of the long-term assumptions on COVID. But here, though, we're neutral rated. We're not quite positive. I'd say we're warming up to it down here, though. But I really want to get a better sense for, how de-risked is the cancer portfolio? How de-risked is the non-COVID portfolio? So there's a lot they have going on, but there's more work to do in the next 12 to 24 months.
When you see a hero company like this take the kind of decline it has, inevitably what creeps into my mind is it going to be an independent company in 5 years?
It's a great question, Tyler. I would say that for the most part, with their almost $30 billion in cash, I would say, they should be on the move for, acquiring newer technologies. But I think the big question, though, for a bigger entity acquiring them would be really, how durable is COVID? And then how sustainable, right, are the COVID, kind of the speed that they developed the, Spikevax. Can that be applied to the other parts of the portfolio? So that's a big thing that we're going to have to watch here in the next couple of years.
It's really the science leading what's possible for that company, I'm hearing you say.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
All right, Geoff, thank you very much. Geoff Meacham, we appreciate it.